Hello, I'm Toycat, and welcome back to the second channel geography video. I'm sure I speak for basically everyone here when I say that maps really are a thing that define us. The shape of your country is something you're probably intimately familiar with, and this is true on the national level, the local level, and even more specifically than that, I'm sure a lot of people identify with their local metro system. When people look at the tube map, they're instantly transported to London in this weird way that I couldn't really describe before I lived in the city, but this really is the navigation map that describes where things are in relation to each other, much better than you ever could get with a map like this, because looking at roads or looking at physical distances doesn't matter compared to the actual connections, which is why in today's video I wanted to share my knowledge of the tube map, or maybe lack thereof, by playing two fun games. One of these is going to be guessing as many stations as we can. Here are 272 stations on the London Underground. How many of them can I name? Probably embarrassingly few. And then the second one is Wordle, but for tube stations. I think this is such a goofy idea, and I love that this one right here, this is going to be our first game. I love that this one right here gives us just one of the lines, because we have to guess what station has 3 lines going through it, while also having, I think that's the Elizabeth line, it might be Thameslink, but it has the Elizabeth line going past it. So it's somewhere along the Elizabeth line route that doesn't have the Elizabeth line passing through. And so instantly I can tell, looking at what does connect to the Elizabeth line, there's a multi-layered station here, so it's not a normal Elizabeth line stop, it's one of those mega ones. So Paddington or Liverpool Street come to mind, and so I think that, I know it's not Paddington, but if I type in, say, Liverpool Street, will it tell me how close we are? Oh yeah, you can actually just hit it right there. Will it tell me how close I am to the right thing, or does it just say that you've got it wrong? Oh, it says 5 stops left. Oh, that's incredibly easy. So we just, what's 5 stops left of Liverpool Street? Oh, so this is even more fun than I thought it'd be. So 5 stops to the left of Liverpool Street means it is closer to Paddington, but just to confirm that one, we will use our Paddington suspicion. Although actually, if we want to be really smart about this and get as many lines ticked off as possible, King's Cross St Pancras goes through a bunch of different places. So we click that in deliberately just to get those lines made visible, and now we just work out where the Victoria line and the Central line connect, which I think is either Holborn or Oxford Circus, and so we type in Oxford Circus. In fact, yeah, 3 stops down, that sounds about right. Oxford Circus is either right, or it'll tell me that it's Holborn. And mind the gap, the next station is Oxford Circus. Is free really good for this? I genuinely don't know. That's fun, right? And every day you get to see how many you can do it in. I'm guessing that something, realistically, unlike Wordle, you don't need to have free guesses. If you really, really tried and focused, you could have worked that out immediately by looking at the map and going, where is that actually at? And yeah, now that I see it, it's quite obvious. Holborn, in case you're curious, is where the Piccadilly and the Central line connect. But yeah, that is something fun. But now for something even more fun, how many London Underground stations can I name? And more interestingly, which ones can I name from which lines? Something like a third of these are going to be overground alone, so we're going to write off the majority of those, but let's see which underground stations I can name from which lines, and just for fun pressure, what if we tried to do this in 10 minutes or less? Let's go. Okay, so first things first, I know all the terminus stations, so we have to type it in from scratch. It's called King's Cross St Pancras, but that's terrible. Okay, so that's good. I know Liverpool Street, that has its own station. Weirdly enough, I don't think Marylebone does, but there is one for Paddington. So I'm going through all the stations I've mentioned so far, just to kind of, wait, do I get free? I got 18 stations for that? Every line gets to count Paddington as multiple. So yeah, we're already at 3.1%, and I've named 3 stations. London Bridge is another one. Victoria, it's just called Victoria for some reason. Then there is Waterloo's a big one, obviously. Then we've got City Thameslink, although I don't think that's not what I'm thinking about. It's called, it's the big bridge, Blackfriars. Okay, if I'm doing terribly this early on, you know it's gonna go poorly. So yeah, we're gonna start the terminus stations, because these are kind of easy to go with. So Euston is another good example of just, you get a lot of stations covered, because usually people come from outside of London and then connect onto one of these services. I think we only have Fenchurch Street left to go, and I don't think that even connects. So we've got all of the London terminuses, at least all the ones that count. And so now we're gonna start with end of the lines, because most people, I feel like everyone knows the end of the line solely just because the train goes out there. So everyone knows that Reading is out there on the east, and then by the way, I think on the way from Reading there's Slough, and there's Ivor, and there's a place called Burnham. I don't know why it's called that. And then there must be one for like Windsor. You know, there's 2 stops there, but I don't know what they are. Then there's Heathrow. Oh, that's gonna be so easy. We just go Heathrow. We have to say Terminal 5, and then I'm gonna copy paste this and then do it again for Terminal 4. And then it's 1, 2, and 3, so let's hope we can just do 2 and 3. Yes, we can. And then there is Hatting Cross, which connects to both of those. And so just like that, we're already okay, wait. No, it's not called Hatting Cross. The station is called something like that. Hatting Cross? What is it called? This station... Is it Hating Cross, maybe? And I just call it Hatting? You know what is the cross here? This station is definitely called Hatton Cross. Hatton Cross. Oh, that's what it is. You know, I shouldn't have doubled down at being Hatton Cross. It's Hatton Cross. This is why you need... So, I love knowledge games like this because they make you realize that what you think is a perfect knowledge of the world never actually is. So there's Cheshire Amersham, and then there's, I think this is called, like, Chalfont and Latimer or something like that. It's got a ridiculous name. There we go, because some trains terminate there. Some trains also go all the way to Watford, and then some trains go to Watford Junction. I don't know why it's a junction. And then this is going to be Watford High Street, therefore. Watford is outside of London, as we know from walking all the way there. But apparently they have lots and lots of stops. So then there must be, I'm guessing this is also called Watford, but it might be Bushy or Bushley. Oh no, there we go. Okay, so I'm nailing North London. When it comes to stations outside of London, let's see if I can get them all. So I know Epping, obviously. And then I know, okay, I'm giving up on this one already. This one is called something. It's called, okay, there's Silver Street. I found that out recently. I was going to something near Silver Street, I think over here. And Silver Street was what the Google Maps was trying to get me to go towards. And I was like, why is it called that? Couldn't find out any reason, but it's interesting. There's going to be a Tottenham. No, it's Tottenham Hale. It's a Victoria Line stop. So then that means we're trying to go for easy multiple lines. We're going to go for... Okay, we're 3 minutes in, Jesus. So there's Walthamstow. Easy. Walthamstow Central, I guess. And then there's Black Horse Road. Yep, easy. And then... Ooh, yeah, the end... Okay, so we're going to go for the easy ends of the line. So everyone knows Cockfosters, because it's funny. Everyone knows Stanmore and it's Stratford. Everyone knows these places. And then, so that's the end of the Jubilee line. For Waterloo, we've got City as the other end of that, so we got Bank over here. We're already at 10%. I know a lot of the network. Look at that, by the way, big explosion. So then we're gonna go for now. I think down here that we got Tooting, but that's not the end. At the end on the Tooting isn't Tooting Broadway maybe. At the end of this line, it is Morden. That is the very edge, and then we've got Wimbledon. And then we've also got Richmond. That's another end of the line, I think. And then we've also got Ealing. Oh, Ealing Broadway. Why are there so many Broadways in this place that we live? And so now that we've got the major ends of the line covers, I think Abbey Wood, and then also Shenfield. Those are ones worth knowing. But otherwise, ends of the lines we're kind of running out on. I think the easy ends of the lines have all been done. So there's the Romford to Upminster little shuttle right there. And then now we're going to go for Overground. Because, actually, we're going to go for easy connections because that's how we get the most. So there is a connection between the Victoria and the Northern at Stockwell. There's a connection between the Victoria and the Jubilee at Green Park. There's a connection between... Oh, that's 3 stations right there. Love that. Then there's Embankment. And then there's Baker Street is a huge connection point. Yeah, if we just go for the big connection points, we can get the percent up real high, which we're gonna need because we're about halfway through right now. So any station on these 3 lines right here is gonna count for triple. So it's called like Great Portland Street, I think it's called. And then there's Euston Road for some reason. No, it's not Euston Road. Is it called Great Euston or opposite Euston? This station here is called Euston something. Euston Square, maybe? There we go. Then there's a Northern Line opportunity to connect with the Victoria. I think that happens at like, it's something street. Wall Street? It's got a silly, Warren Street, I think it is. That is indeed the connection point, easily done. So I've done Baker Street, and one down from Baker Street would be, what, like, Bond Street? No, we got Westminster though, by the way. That's going to be free. Oh yeah, the fact that the Circle and the District both count for a station is kind of cheating this, but that's fine. Aldgate, and then there's Aldgate East, if I'm not mistaken. And then, oh, for a big one here, Whitechapel. Oh yeah, tick off 4 stations in a row right there. Then we're going to go for the other easy interchanges. So Canning Street, Canning Town, maybe. Hey, 20%! Okay, so I'm just going to keep going if that's okay. I am now a massive tube nerd, apparently. I don't think most people can get 20.7% through here, but let's see where we can end up, because I think if we go strategically, we can really up our thing here. So there's Bethnal Green, and then Mile End, I believe is, there we go, that's what I'm thinking of. And so in the center here, west of Liverpool Street, we've got Farringdon. And then we've got Moorgate. And then we've got Barbican. Yeah, look at this. You go on the Hammersmith and City line one time and you've got all the stations, apparently. Hammersmith, by the way, one of the destinations. There's, that's 2 lines right there. That's 4 lines right there. Elizabeth line. I don't think Hammersmith is on that. Or is that Piccadilly, maybe? Still don't think it's on that, but that's fine. We've got something gate, like Queen's Gate. No, so there's Queensberry, by the way. There's also Kingsbury. I think that's fun. There's West Hampstead, I'm surprised I haven't got. That's quite a few stations. No, it's just 2, apparently. There's regular Hampstead, if we're picking around anyway. And, yeah, I haven't gone for Edgware and the other... No, not Edgware Road. I wanted Edgware regular. Edgware, yeah, itself. Oh, I already found Edgware. So it's this one I haven't found, which is... It starts with B. Barnet? High Barnet? And so now we got that. Again, though, we really have to focus on the central section. We've got 2 minutes to go. Oh, what is this station here between Blackfriars and Bank? Monument. I've got a 3rd channel short about that coming soon. We've got over here, Circle. Yeah, we just got to find these triple line stations. They count for so much more than everything else. So what is over here? I don't know. What is going up this way? We've got Finsbury. Oh, Finsbury Park is something, right? But there's like West Finchley. Yeah, West Finchley. Oh yeah, no, but we got Finchley Road. That's what I'm actually thinking. I told someone recently that I lived near him because he was in Finchley. But I was thinking of Finchley Road, not West Finchley. And you know, it was terrible. Or I said I'd been to where he'd gone. Okay, so over here we've got a Bakerloo Overground interchange. Oh, what could that possibly be over there? I don't know enough about the Bakerloo line. Where does it go on this end? It's confusing to me. Over here on the west side of this line, I don't even know. Honestly, I am at 27% and I'm starting to blank already. I bet I could find these stations. Like, you know, there's Kensington, for example. And then there's, oh, that's Kennington, but, you know, close enough. Then there's Kensington High Street. I wonder if it'll give me this. No, I'm gonna spell that correctly. I don't want to add it to my dictionary. I wanna not be wrong. Kensington High Street. It's Kensington. Is Kensington a real place? Am I mixing it up with Kennington? So Kensington, already found. West Kensington, that's a place. Yeah, there we go. And then, so I know how to spell Kensington, clearly. And then this is like, there's a museum stop around here somewhere. And then finally, just there's Knightsbridge. Just to name a few off the top of my head right now. Not a real place. There we go. That's the real place. And ooh, we're still not quite done. Bond Street. I don't think we named yet. Oh, that's huge. Can't believe we didn't. And then there's yeah, I think that's the end right there. There's so many other interchanges we could have named right here. If we'd have just gone through them all one by one. You know, I'm gonna give myself a minute to just get the ones that are literally on the top of my head and add so much to the count, because otherwise it's not a fair comparison, right? So then we've got Leicester Square, which is where these other lines converge. And then we've got it's called Trafalgar, but it's named after the station that's right there, Charing Cross. That's the other end of where I started the hike. Then we've got Holborn over here, which connects to on the west of it. You've got, it's not Bond Street, it's something else, but it's fine. I don't have it. Those are the easy ones that are literally on my head. I just couldn't type in time. I think if I sat down and I really tried, I think I'm definitely getting over 50% on this, because I think I can name all of the stops up here, for example, like Canada Water to Rotherhithe to Shadwell, Wapping. You know, like I feel like if we sit here and we do this, we could do wonderfully. But I think 29% in 10 minutes is pretty decent. Although, you know what? Actually, this is my channel. Who am I to have a timer on myself? You think that's over? It's not over. Let's give it another 5 minutes, or maybe even 10. You know, let's have the timer go indefinitely and see how that goes for us. So, yeah, looking over here real quick, we're gonna add the ones that I just kind of can easily name. So there's Canada Water, there's Rotherhithe, and then you keep going up, Shadwell, and then we've got, I think I missed out Wapping. By the way, when you go up from there, we've got Shoreditch, which is a big one to miss. I think we just type it in and we'll get the High Street. Nope, it has to be Shoreditch High Street. Then you go north from that, you get Hoxton. You go north from that, this is the cool area of town. Everyone loves to be here, so you go here too often, whether you want to or not. And then you get Dalston. There's Dalston Junction, but there's also Dalston Highland. So Dalston Highland. I think these are counting for very little. Oh wait, Dalston Highland? It's called like Dalston something. Then there's Hackney Wick. There's Hackney Central. There might be a Hackney North as well. There's too many Hackneys, if I'm being honest, right? And then over here, we've also got Stratford International. Can't believe I didn't get that one. Ooh, what a big station that is. And then we've got West Ham, just to the south. We've got like Star Lane or something like that. There's a lot of stops here that like no one really cares. Like there's a stop called Pudding Mill Lane. If you'll believe it, it seems like a pretty good place to live, like in modern day London. But it's wild that it exists. Then there's moving along the DLRs around here. We've got like Blackwall. I think that's a stop. Yes, it is. There's East India Quay, and then or East India is it just called? And then there's London City Airport. Yep, still London City Airport. So this train goes all the way out to Woolwich, where it connects with the Elizabeth line. And then also there's something Arsenal. Arsenal's there, but there's Woolwich Arsenal. Do you see what I mean here? Like if you really start to think about stations, you start to realize how many of them like you've just absorbed through passing. This one here is, in my opinion, the weirdest like DLR stop ever. Why did they do this? Like, what is there some really good reason for the DLR to need a stop every time there's a roundabout? Bear in mind, that's like 5 for the length of this airport. And then to go round and have another stop here. I've always wanted to know if that's like some part of an expansion plan. Did there used to be a railway there and they just figured, it's easier than demolishing a railway to just run it anyway? It's one of those curiosities. Same thing on the Northern Line. I feel like I could go north on the Northern Line and do a pretty good job here. Like, there's Camden. Is it not called Camden? Camden. There's Camden Road. What is this? Is this place not called Camden? I'm like Camden Town. That's what it is. Implying that it's a whole town out here. A little bit over the top. There's a whole game about this place. Like, can you make it to something lane or whatever it's called? It's a silly stop that no one ever wants to go to. It's basically there because it's near Camden. Then we've got the point where the Jubilee line and the Metropolitan line detach from each other. Also, wait, north of Camden, I could probably name what's up there. No, I couldn't. So going east from Camden Road, there is Highbury and Islington. Actually, there's just a Highbury too, though. Oh, no, there's not. There's definitely a place called Highbury, I'm pretty sure. There's Finsbury Park. I think I already did that one, though. There's a lot of stops along here I feel like I could get. In fact, actually, because I've been on the Piccadilly line so many times from the airport, it's like, yeah, there's West Hounslow. It's actually Hounslow West. So there's Hounslow. Okay, there's Hounslow Central. Hounslow East. Imagine living somewhere so important you get 3 tube stops named after you. Or conversely, imagine living somewhere so unimportant that the tube stops to your east and west have so little going on. They're like, yeah, I guess it's to the east of the town or to the west of the town. You know, so insignificant. Sorry, I have to be the negative side of every flipped coin, you know. Anyway, so then we go up to Acton over here. Acton Town is definitely a place. And then the Piccadilly line follows the District line for a few stops here. Couldn't tell you what they are. I know there's a stop called Brompton over here. Brompton Road. Brompton Lane. It's called Brompton something or other. These 2 lines follow each other together up to one of those. This is Clapham High Street. No, that's Clapham High Street. This is Clapham Junction. I wonder if that counts for multiple. Clapham Junction. And then there's 9 Elms. Oh, the newest stations. 9 Elms and Battersea Power Station. Can we just type in Battersea? No, we have to type in the full name. Battersea Power. No, it has to be Battersea Power Station even. Battersea Power Station. And you can see how I really do think if you put me on a desert island and you said you can't leave till you name all the stops, I think I'd be stranded on the island for a while. Because genuinely, I feel like a lot of these, like, oh yeah, I know, Rayner's Lane is where the Piccadilly and the Metropolitan link up together. And then that means there's Uxbridge at the end. Like, a lot of stations I think I would get eventually if you just give me this. Like, there's Ruislip over here. There we go. And then that's, like, Ruislip West, East Ruislip. It's something like that. I feel like I could get like 80% of this map with enough time. But then there are some stations, like I don't know what's between Shenfield and Liverpool Street. There's a big gap in my knowledge here because I've never been on the line going east before or after it rebranded. There's a lot of stations I have just never been on the line towards and so would have never seen besides in passing on a map. And so just right now, 3 stations south of Cockfosters, genuinely no clue. I'm going to check a map and confirm this is the ending of the video. It is Arnos Grove. Okay, I've heard of that actually, but I wouldn't have heard of Beth. I can't even right now. I don't even know what it is. I would not have heard of Bounds Green. Yeah, I would be stranded on that island forever because also Totteridge and Whetstone. you get stranded, but I think it's pretty fun as a game to refresh your tube knowledge and get you better at Metrodle.com, which is fun. Can you do other cities as well? Leaderboard. Oh, there's a leaderboard. Oh, that's fun, huh? Anyway, so hope you've enjoyed today's thing, whatever it was. In case you're curious, by the way, I like to give people a little update on the Amazon thing. So like the idea of the Amazon affiliates program is you get a commission on anything that people buy using your link. And so I promote the world's best air fryer. Wow, you could go get one right now. However, something interesting is you can see what people have bought that isn't that, and you get a commission on it regardless. So someone bought 9th generation iPads, for example, and you'd figure that getting a commission on that would be great. But if you sort by earnings, you can see that the one air fryer sold is like half of the month's revenue right there. Interestingly enough, $11. Yeah, look how much you make from it because of that weird commission thing they have on cooking items. However, if you look down, you can see on the list, Apple iPads don't make you any money. Don't know why that's true. I made 24 cents when someone bought Spindrift. I made 22 cents when someone bought something I don't know that I can say in a YouTube video. And indeed, I made 14 cents when they bought the slightly cheaper version. But yeah, for some reason, it seems as though you only make money when people buy kitchen stuff or yoga mats. And if they buy iPads, it sucks. That's a whole different thing. And I think that's very interesting. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. But yeah, I also just want to give you a little update that I am currently, as you watch this video, somewhere on the Western Hemisphere, between the two capitals, indeed. And so I don't think there's any relevancy to you for that. I'm just letting you know I'm traveling again. It's fun. I'm enjoying myself or dead. So in case it's the second one, I want it to be known right now that the only way that you can support the channel in the event of my death is to continue buying air fryers, because it's what everyone around me would want, you know? I think that's fair to say. Anyway, speaking of things that are fair to say, hope you all enjoyed the video, because I'll see you in the next one in 7 hours and 41 minutes. Goodbye. I had something I was meant to do 18 minutes ago. I don't know why I thought this video could be done in 10 minutes or less, given that I spent 15 minutes looking at tube maps, but anyway, yeah.